So here's that situation. We're going to dig a little bit more into it. Here's the situation you saw earlier. Diego bought some raisins and walnuts to make trail mix. Raisins cost $4 a pound and walnuts cost $8 a pound. Diego spent $16 on both ingredients. Write an equation to represent this constraint. Let X be pounds of raisins and Y be pounds of walnuts. So maybe you were thinking about this on the first page because we worked on writing equations that are very similar to this. So raisins cost $4 a pound. And so since that is going to be our X variable, that is kind of like 4X. And walnuts cost $8 a pound, and walnuts are our Y variable, so that's kind of like 8Y. And remember, we added them together and got a grand total of $16. So hopefully that looks a little bit familiar because we did something like that even in the formative from the last couple lessons. 4X plus 8Y equals 16 would be the standard form equation for this situation. Part B, complete the table with the amount of one ingredient Diego could have bought given the other. These are all solutions to the equation in number 1A. So what we're saying is these are all possible combinations that would work. So 0 pounds raisins and 2 pounds walnuts. If you plug that in, 4 times 0 plus 8 times 2 does equal 16. So that combination works, and therefore that's a solution to the equation. We do the same thing here. 0.5 pounds raisins and 1.75 pounds walnuts. If we do 4 times 0.5 pounds raisins and then $8 times 1.75 pounds walnuts, that also comes out to 16. So we're saying all these work. And there's a couple others that work that are given here for us. And we're just going to fill in the gaps here. What's another combination that works? What's another solution? So remember, this is like X and Y. So if we know, in this case, that there are 1 pound of walnuts, what would that mean for pounds of raisins? So to figure that out, let's just plug that into our equation. So our equation is 4X plus 8Y equals 16. So now we're saying, okay, well, what if we had 1 pound of walnuts? So that'd be 4X plus 8 times 1 equals 16. In other words, 4X plus 8 equals 16. And now hopefully you're solving with me here. So we'll subtract 8 from both sides of the equation to work our way back to the X to undo our operations and figure out, okay, 4X equals 8. In other words, 4 times what equals 8? Well, 4 times 2 equals 8. Of course, we know that, but let's just complete our equation solving. Divide both sides by 4, and X is equal to 2. So 2 pounds raisins and 1 pound walnuts also works as a solution. So 2, 1 would also be a solution. All right, let's find the remaining one. So this one right here, we know that we have 3 pounds of raisins. So how many pounds of walnuts would that be? Let's do that work over on the other side here. So 4X plus 8Y equals 16. And this time we know that 3 is our X variable. So we're going to put that in for X. 4 times 3 plus 8Y equals 16. That'd be 12 plus 8Y equals 16. Solve with me here to solve for Y, to get Y by itself. Let's undo the 12 by subtracting 12 from both sides. 12 minus 12 is 0. Bring down the 8Y. And then 16 minus 12 is 4. So 8 times what is 4? Well, half of 8 is 4, right? We can see that by undoing the 8 times Y by dividing both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, so 1Y, or just Y. And then 4 divided by 8 is 1/2, or 0.5. And so another solution combination that would work would be 3 pounds raisins and 0.5 or a half pound walnuts. So that's the idea there. A solution is simply an XY pair, a variable pair that makes the equation true. And there are really an infinite amount of solutions to an equation of a line. Not all of them are super nice. A lot of them are kind of decimal solutions. We found a variety of them here. Looks like we found 6 solutions here, 6 pairs, but there are others as well. All right, now we're going to add another piece of information, and that is Diego bought a total of 3 pounds raisins and walnuts combined. Write an equation to represent this new constraint. Let x be pounds of raisins and y be pounds of walnuts. All right, notice now we're not talking about money anymore. We're simply talking about total pounds. And remember, x is pounds of raisins, and y is pounds of walnuts, and so we're talking the total amount of pounds is 3. So if we just add together the pounds of raisins plus the pounds of walnuts, that would be our equation, x plus y equals 3. So it doesn't have anything to do with money in this equation, it's just about total pounds, which are our variables, so x plus y equals 3. So think of some combinations that could work, some solutions to that equation. Think about the first one here, 0, 3. If we put 0 in for x and 3 in for y, 0 plus 3 is 3, so that works. Another one, 2, 1. 2 pounds of raisins, 1 pound of walnuts, 2 plus 1 is 3, so that also works. 3, 0 works. 3 plus 0 is 3. So what are some other ones that work? Well, this one you could almost do in your head, right? You could, if you were following along with my explanation there, you could figure out what these were without necessarily working through the solution, but let's just do it kind of like we did in the first problem. So our equation is x plus y equals 3, and we're now saying that we have 3. Actually, let's do our, apologize, I'm just going to do the work over on the other side here. It gives me a little bit of space to write this. So let's do this. So we're going to put 1 in for x, right? So 1 plus y is equal to 3. All right, so 1 plus what is equal to 3? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So if we solve this, subtracting 1 from both sides, algebraically we see that it's 2. All right, and again, that's when you probably did that in your head because you know that the 2 pounds together have to add up to 3. So all these xy pairs have to add up to 3. So this equation is a little bit easier to work with. But we're just showing our work. And then the other combination that could work, okay, again, x plus y equals 3, and this time we know the walnuts. So in other words, x plus 1.5 is equal to 3. Subtracting 1.5. Of course, that leaves us with 1.5. Of course, 1.5 and 1.5 added together equals 3. All right, so these are all solutions now to our second equation, the equation x plus y equals 3. And just like I said before, there's really an infinite amount of solutions of 2 numbers added together to equal 3. Many of them are decimals. Most of these ones that we've listed in the table here are nice solutions to this particular equation. But that's what it means to be a solution, an xy pair, xy, that makes the equation true, that works.